I think I just dumped my boyfriend because he proposed. What now? Posted in r/relationship advice on April 21st, 2020. Today is mine and my boyfriend's second anniversary, though the first 6 months of this, we were friends with benefits, so I don't think it counts, but he does. I mean, 2 years? That's kind of crazy. Okay. I don't talk to my parents, haven't said a word to them since I was 16. I don't want to put the reason here, but it was bad enough that me never speaking to them again could be seen as them getting off lightly. I left home at 16 by marrying my best friend. He knew what was happening the whole time and wanted to help me. And it was bad enough that my marriage was the best escape plan I had. It was the only way to avoid being dragged back home. I tried running away before this, but we divorced 5 years later. We were both having issues with student finance, so we needed to go through it as married. I mean, just wow. I mean, I'm glad she got out, but that is crazy. Talk about a loophole. I took his surname to avoid being tied to my parents, and my friend and I are still close. He actually set me up with my current boyfriend. My mom contacted me right before Christmas. I deleted my old Facebook and then made a new one back in November and forgot about the privacy settings until my mom messaged. She was asking if her and dad could see me on Christmas Day. My boyfriend saw the message and asked who it was. I admitted she was my mother. This led to questions, as the only time I talked about my parents was to say I don't speak to them. I said that she found me, but I wasn't going to reply. I said I have my reasons, which I'm not ready to tell yet, but I would as soon as I was ready. He said that was good enough for him. I blocked her and moved on. Okay, this is probably just me reading into shit, but like, why did he see this message? Was he like invading your privacy? It's been a few months and I've been trying to tell him, but it's hard. It's like every time I try, I just can't get the words out. And then tonight, on our second anniversary, he proposed using my nan's ring, which my parents have. Oh, that's fucking crazy. I asked where he got it and he told me he'd gone to see my parents. He got my mom's name when she messaged me, contacted her, and went to see her within a few days of me getting that message. The whole time knowing that I didn't want to hear from her. He'd asked them for permission to marry me, and they'd given him Nan's ring because Nan always meant for me to have it. What an insane violation of someone's boundaries. Holy shit. I don't know if I actually dumped him. I definitely told him to leave, but I didn't actually break up with him. He's at his sister's place right now and keeps calling/texting me, wanting to know what he did and asking me to call him. And his sister, who I'm friends with, is also asking what happened. I knew he was traditional and he put a lot of stock into family, which is why he was so close with his family. But he knew I didn't speak to mine and never pried into it, just took me at my word when I said I'd tell him when I was ready. And when I said that, he'd said that he was patient and could wait as long as I needed. When I was in therapy, my therapist used to make me write stuff down or draw pictures or basically just put my feelings somewhere to get it out. So that's what I'm doing now. I wasn't even sure I was going to post this, but right now I'm just so lost and I have no idea what I'm doing or where to go from here. I love him, but this is honestly the only thing like this that I've ever asked of him. 6 hours ago, I could see a future here, but now the last few months, this proposal and any future proposal all feel tainted somehow. I love my Nan, but knowing he asked my parents for permission and knowing how he got Nan's ring just makes me feel sick. An edit here with more information. He gave me his reasoning through messages and voicemails. His stance is that there's an importance to tradition and family's important. And there's mentions of my parents meeting our kids one day and dad walking me down the aisle at our wedding. Does bro even fucking listen to OP? Yeah, I know your parents probably abused the fuck out of you, but like tradition, like shut the actual fuck up. That's disgusting. Absolutely unacceptable behavior. He seems to think the whole thing's fixable. And it sounds like they gave him some fake story about them grounding me. So I ran away or something equally minor on their part and drastic on mine. He's also said that they seemed like nice people, and if he'd gotten a bad feeling when he was messaging my mom, he would never have gone to meet them. From what he said, they asked about me, specifically what I do in my workplace, and he's given them this information, but no means of contacting me directly. Oh yeah, let me just put my girlfriend's life in danger. Their sanity, their mental health, fuck it, bro. Tradition. I don't know what to do. I need someone to tell me what to do. I need a third party to give me advice, and that would normally be a therapist or something, but it's the middle of the night, and I stopped going to therapy years ago, so can someone just please tell me what to do? Put things in perspective, give me advice. Fucking drop this man? Like, holy shit, what an absolute selfish human being. Dude, if it's been 2 years and she can't tell you what her parents did to her that was so bad that she fucking married somebody to not have to live with them anymore, I think you should assume that that's not something you should explore and go behind their back to contact them. This boyfriend has clearly led a very good life with very little trauma. I mean, yeah, but I also think it just takes a certain level level of not being a fucking moron to be like, oh, hey, here are the circumstances. I should probably not go behind my partner's back in general. I also just think not being a self-aware fucking moron is a huge issue as well. If you're 30, bro, figure it the fuck out. We can do better. Update April 22nd, 2020, the next day. So here's where I'm at. I read every comment /PM/chat and decided I had to tell him, if for no other reason than to make sure he knew why I was/am so upset about this. I talked to my ex-husband, 25, about it because he was there for the whole thing and watched it happen in real time, and he said he would be there for me and talk if I couldn't. My ex-husband was not happy with my boyfriend, to say the least, and told me that my boyfriend had actually asked him what happened about 6 months ago, but my ex-husband had said it was up to me to tell him when I was ready, and my boyfriend had said that was fair enough and he'd wait for me to tell him. Ex-husband hasn't told me any of this because I'd only just asked my boyfriend to move in and he didn't want to undercut my happiness, which he has apologized for and said he wouldn't do that again, as in he won't keep things from me to protect me. So boyfriend comes over, ex-husband is already there. Boyfriend asks why ex-husband is here. I say I invited him for emotional support when I tell him everything. Boyfriend isn't happy, but sits down. I then began to tell him. The first thing I said was what they did in the bluntest language possible, as in my dad, blank, and my mom, blank. I started to elaborate when boyfriend interrupts and says something like, they told me you'd lie. Am I fucking missing something? Why do you trust these random parents you met the other day over the woman you've been dating for 2 years? The fuck is we doing? Ex-husband tells him to watch how he's speaking to me, and boyfriend says he'll speak to me how he likes, and then tells me that he knew the truth, and implies I should be thanking him for sticking around. The truth appears to be my parents telling him that I was always unstable, refused to see a mental health professional, and eventually they caught me breaking the law. And rather than report me, they grounded me. And I ran away rather than get grounded. All of which is absurd, and I honestly can't believe that he bought it. Ex-husband tells boyfriend, or rather ex-boyfriend, that he has half an hour to pack his shit and leave, and if he speaks to me at all, his time straight goes to 0. Ex-boyfriend packs his shit and leaves silently. So to recap, he knew that 1, I've not spoken to my parents in a decade. 2, I got married at 16 and took my husband's surname to escape/hide from them. 3, it was bad enough that I still have nightmares over it. And 4, I'd tell him when I was ready. Within a few days of hearing point 4, he sought out my parents and asked permission to marry me based on his own gut feeling about them, because the vibe he got from their text was a far better judge of character than my 16 years with them. And OP marked that as sarcasm. They fed him lies about me, which he bought, and he gave them information which includes my full name, job field, place of work, and possibly the address of our flat. While they have not done anything with this information yet that I know of, my ex-boyfriend has stayed in touch this whole time. So if he messages them saying I broke up with him, they might decide to pay me a visit now that there's no longer a man in the house. My ex-husband has offered to stay with me temporarily. I don't know if I have grounds for a restraining order, but it might be time to look for a new place. So yeah, sorry how dramatic this whole thing sounds. I just wanted to post an update because I got a lot of good advice on the first post, and I wanted to thank everyone who responded. Situation is now resolved, though it isn't exactly the happiest ending, and there's still stuff to work out, but this part is over at least. Thanks again. I mean, how fucking stupid, bro? How stupid do you gotta be to be this ex-boyfriend? That makes me sick. Does bro believe gullible is written on the ceiling too? Shut the actual fuck up. Absolutely painful read on that one. Side note, I'm gonna call it now. Ex-husband and OP, they're gonna get back together. That ex-husband was so sweet and caring. Honestly, not a huge fan of people getting married at the age of 16, but like maybe OP, you were kind of cooking with that one. I couldn't understand if they actually had feelings for each other, but if they do, just know I'm rooting for y'all.